We open with Kingpin robbing a bank. The bank manager, played here by Bruce Campbell in his cameo, says Spider-Man will save the day. And then he appears. Our favorite webhead swings onto the scene. In this opening action scene, we see that Peter's abilities have improved a lot in a fight as he takes down Kingpin, webs him up, and then swings away. When someone asks who saved the day, the bank manager says Spider-Man. We see Spider-Man swinging through New York as he has a narration. Yep, it's still me. I'm still Spider-Man. And it's a bit tough though. Something's up with New York. I don't know what it is. Everyone just seems off. Things are good though. Mary Jane and I just celebrated our 2-year anniversary and I'm still a teacher. So, I guess there's some good. I still miss you though. Love you, May. As we see Peter leaving the letter at a gravestone. Peter is a professor of biology. He treats everyone well as he remembers Uncle Ben's message. Peter and Connors are really good friends and they help each other grow as teachers. As Peter is working on a lesson plan, Connors asks him what he thinks of Martin Lee, a new candidate for mayor. In this movie, Lee would be played by Jonathan Cho. Lee is a character that a lot of people are mixed on. They don't know what to think of his policies. Later that night, he's giving a speech at a rally as an attack occurs as we see Electro. Electro says as an everyman that Lee has failed him. Here he'd be played by Aaron Paul as he starts throwing out attacks. Spider-Man swoops in to save the day as he quickly takes down Electro's henchmen. Electro says if Spider-Man has any plans to stop Lee, Spider-Man says, I don't know, but for right now, he takes down Electro. As a shadowy figure, overwatches this fight. The next day, Lee, who's the president of the university, says that he needs someone to help with his campaigns, and he asks Peter. Peter is unsure, but Lee says he needs someone like Parker who knows the city well. Parker agrees. Later that day, in a fight against the Rhino is attacking an import of supplies that Lee ordered. Spider-Man is confused of why Rhino is attacking this, but he starts to fight Rhino. Rhino then gets the upper hand, but all of a sudden a blast comes out as an unknown figure knocks down the Rhino. This person introduced himself as Mr. Negative, a new man to save the city. Peter's a bit unsure of this, but he thinks back to his time with the Spider Brothers. Maybe this hero on the scene could be of help, so he agrees. We then montage through a couple weeks of Peter's life, as him and Mr. Negative are taking down crime, Martin Lee is still giving speeches, Peter's teaching is going really well, it's going good, him and MJ are going on dates, even Peter is making appearances as Martin Lee's campaigns, which are having mixed reactions. One day, Connors and Peter are talking in the lab, when the discussion of Lee comes up. So Peter, why are you doing this? I don't know. I'm trying to make the city a better place. I look at it as it's my responsibility of a citizen. Well, that's an admirable thing. I just want to make sure that I'm staying safe. Oh, don't worry. I have my ways of keeping safe. Hey, that's good, kid. Are you going to Jameson's retirement party tonight? We then cut to Peter swinging to J. Jameson retirement party from the Daily Beagle. He calls MJ if she's going to be there, but she says that she's been sneaking around Martin Lee's base. Peter wishes her good luck. Peter and MJ are supportive of each other in their heroic duties. We go to the party where we see a lot of familiar faces. Flash, Gwen, everyone's there, drinking, laughing, having a good time. We then cut between the party and MJ sneaking around Lee's apartment. Still nothing. Then Peter gets a weird case of the spider senses. He doesn't know what's going on until MJ comes across a plan. It's blueprints of how to blow up the Daily Bugle in Martin Lee's office. The bomb then goes off in the Daily Bugle. Many are able to escape, but not all. Spider-Man then swings into action as he goes through the building saving people. This is a dilemma for Peter. Why is Lee doing this? There's a lot of questions, They can't think about them right now as he lifts up a giant rock which saves civilians. However, after all that work, Peter's knocked out. Peter wakes up and he's in an office, but not just any office, Martin Lee's office. Peter tries to escape, but can't. Lee, why are you doing this? The city needs someone like you. Needs. Doesn't need me, it deserves Mr. Negative. Peter, have you ever lost someone, lost a wife and kid to some meaningless criminal, and when you try to tell the city that, they just brush you aside and throw you in the trash? Has that ever happened to you, Parker? I've lost people, Lee. This is not the way to go about it. Your powers, you could do good. Good. I've tried that, Parker. It's not working. As I say in my campaigns, the city deserves a new start. Those 4 bombs, Peter, if you can find them and defuse them, you win. Peter then swings off as his life enters chaos. Mary Jane tries going to the police and telling them about the bombs, but they don't believe her. Peter gets into a fight at work with Connors, which leads to Peter being fired, and it's frustrating for Peter and MJ to see Martin Lee still giving his rallies and people applauding him. Peter's life becomes cyclical. Defuse the bomb, defeat crime. Defuse the bomb, defeat crime. Peter is getting overworked and stressed. The same life. It looks like it's all over, though. Peter and MJ are finally out at dinner, and MJ assumes Peter it's okay. However, a ring goes off on Peter's phone. There's one bomb left. It's at the college. Peter swings off and he goes there. Running on buildings, he's getting there as fast as possible. His mind's racing. He runs into Connor's room. Despite the fight they had, Connor still believes Peter. Peter's about to escape when Mr. Negative comes in and punches him. They then engage in a fight. Peter's fighting skills throughout the movie have been great, but here he gets messed up by Mr. Negative. It's a bloody fight, with many hits being taken. Peter tries to talk down Lee. Lee, stop it! This is too far, okay? We can come to an agreement. I don't think you'll ever understand, as Lee says, as he brings out a heavy attack. Peter dodges it to the best of his ability, but Lee lashes out another one and another one. Peter can only keep it up for so long until he faints. Peter wakes up in a house. It's J. Jonah Jameson's house. Good to see you awake, kid. Your wife MJ, yeah, she told me about the fiasco you were in, so I came in and saved you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jameson. Wait, you know I'm Spider-Man? Yeah, that's kind of why I retired. Felt bad for kept flaming on you. Anyways, how do you suppose we stop this Mr. Negative guy? I don't know. I heard he's trying to attack a power plant. Oh, that's just great. I know from my last print. Mr. Negative destroys New York. Doomsday comes. Print? Hold on. Something could be done here. I have an idea. Yeah, hold on. J. Jonah gets a drink as all of a sudden he hears Spider-Man swing away. Peter, with new energy, then swings throughout the city. This is the montage where we get to see all the old characters. We see Mr. Aziz, the pizza owner from Spider-Man 2. We see the rent guy from the movies along with his daughter, even the teacher from the first movie. Peter swings throughout the city and tells everyone. Later that night, we have a moment with Peter and MJ. MJ assures that everything is going to be okay with Peter. Later that day, Mr. Negative arrives to the power plant, and instead he sees everyone here. Everyone from the movies standing here in defiance. They shout out, "You won't take our city, Mr. Negative." Peter and Mr. Negative engage in a fight. Mr. Negative has more powers, but Spider-Man is able to keep up. I want to make sure that Peter doesn't want to kill Mr. Negative. Post No Way Home, he wants to cure him, and MJ and some of the other science people have found a way by using light to take away Mr. Negative's powers. Spider-Man is able to distract him enough as Mr. Negative is arrested. A couple weeks later, we happily see Peter and MJ leaving a doctor's office, exclaiming they can't wait to be parents. MJ asks Peter if she's scared for their kid to be in the world. Peter says that New York has its good people. We then see him on a rooftop, and he says, "Plus, I'm